I decided I was not going to charge a tax by the government for trying to provide a home for my family. Now, I paid my way, I contributed to the government coffers, whether it be through PRSI, PAYE, or the ever-increasing universal social charge. The government has been of very little help to me in my situation. I've been lied to by the Department of Social Welfare as to what help I'm entitled to, and I've been fobbed off time and again by various other departments as I make other inquiries. When the leaflet arrived in the door inviting people to a meeting, much like the leaflet you would have received, I felt as a husband, as a father and a homeowner that it was my responsibility to do something about this. I just could not sit back and presume someone else was going to solve this mess. So I attended the meeting, much like you're doing tonight, in a local pub it was, and I was taken back by the sentiments there. We spoke about the government, the austerity measures that were being implemented, and I was furious at the idea that ministers elected to represent me were getting paid nearly 100 grand, as well as claiming expenses, without even having to give receipts for them. And that they still saw fit to ask me, an unemployed father with a second child on the way, unable to find work, and under pressure from the bank, to hand over €100. Now, €100 in my situation is actually quite a significant amount of money, and it's not easily found. So I signed up there and then to become part of the committee into their town. Now, like Joanne, and probably like a lot of people here, I've never been too interested in politics. I've never actually felt the need. But the more I looked into the situation that we were finding ourselves in, the more outraged I was. I was reading about the government paying billions in unsecured bonds to faceless investors, billions being given to banks, businesses that if they were in any other industry would have been wound up. Huge salaries and bonuses to bankers that caused the situation, and not one person being held responsible. It opened my eyes to a huge chasm of people between myself and yourself and the millionaires in Ireland cleverly avoiding taxes, some of them even on the advice of former government ministers. I think it's time for people in Ireland, the ordinary hard-working taxpayers, if you're lucky enough to have a job, to stand up and say enough. I'm not going to be bullied into paying for the mistakes of others. I'm not going to sit back while Phil Hogan and 6 of his associates lap up the sun in Rio and enjoy luxury hotels costing the state over 10 grand. I will not accept that this is the best way or the only way forward for the country. The charge of €100 really is only the beginning. By the time the government has properly set up the household charge and mortgage charges, it's estimated that the average household will be about €1,000 to €1,200 a year. That's €100 a month. And the thoughts that, as was previously suggested, might be attached to an electricity bill, so if you don't pay your electricity bills, you get cut off. That's sickening. Now, Enda Kenny himself said, I'm quoting him here, it's morally unjust, unfair to tax a person's home, and by doing so, grind him into the ground. Indeed, in cases, it could probably be unconstitutional. Now, obviously, this was said when he wasn't in government, but it's interesting to see how far he's backtracked, how easily he's abandoned his morals, and how quickly he's pandered to the will of the EU since he took office. So I question, where will it end? The country hasn't recovered. We have over 14% unemployment, Irish citizens emigrating by the thousands, further horrific austerity budgets to endure, and I'm relatively confident that we really even haven't hit the bottom yet. I feel there's more to come, and I really do dread the upcoming budget. How far our cloth is going to have to be cut before we can suit our measure? What else are we going to have to sacrifice before we actually turn the corner? And all this has brought me to where I am now, speaking to you tonight, asking you to join us, join our cause, help us defeat the household charge, and make the government realise that they are first and foremost answerable to us, the people of Ireland, not the banks, not big business, or any committees the EU decides to send our way. I'd like to thank you and hand you over to one of the 9 TDs supporting the campaign, Claire Day.